Hey everybody, welcome to Hear Us Out. I'm Patrick,
And I'm Paul.
and we are Hear Us Out, and we're going to talk to you about AI just taking over. No, that's what everybody else is talking about. But we do have to talk about the first AI movie that's going to be released. Now it's a short movie. It's a 30-minute movie called Echo Hunter that is made using a lot of AI. What makes this
Mm.
different? It's the first Screen Actors Guild, so SAG-AFTRA have
It's got
sanctioned
unionized.
this essentially because
Yeah.
there are real actors being used, even though AI is actually involved in kind of overpainting them and using their voices. And AI is doing pretty much everything else as far as creating sets and all the rest. So, Paul, really what we're going to be talking about is what does this mean for the future? Now we've got one union saying, okay, we'll support this movie because it's been kind to us. Is that enough?
Yeah, this is a difficult one because it feels very much like it very much feels like the uh stories around it are specifically focused on the fact that the SAG-AFTRA it's got SAG-AFTRA unions actors in it kind of thing, but it hasn't so and they're happy kind of thing. It's very much focusing on that one union and going like, look, AI movies aren't that bad. The actors are happy, kind of thing. But there's other elements to do with the film.
Yeah, and let's face it, Paul. SAG-AFTRA can be all cool. Like, great, Screen Actors Guild. We're all happy, and yes, this is starring Breckin Meyer. We've got people that are. I'm going to just double check some of the cast. Let's just say Breckin Meyer is leading this, and
Hmm.
he's a recognizable face. Been around for
Yeah,
long enough, done movies and TV. Um, and I think it's the way it's been reported. Let's say
yeah,
is that, oh look, AI isn't all bad. And if AI shows respect, people who are using AI show respect and don't try and steal from the actors, we can all get along. Maybe there's a future in filmmaking.
hmm,
And the extra part of that narrative is, and this, filmmaker, Caven the Kid or whatever, Caven Cardoza, obviously talented and obviously brilliant at using AI and is an artist, not taking away from their skill. But the other side of the narrative here is to say, well, this is a person who's being able to realize their artistic vision on a budget that they would no way without AI have been able to realize their vision to this level. So it's like the great success story of, see, we can do this in the future, and it's going to allow people to, I don't know, make movies that they wouldn't otherwise have been able to make. And to me, Paul, money is like energy. It always goes somewhere. If this isn't costing the filmmaker, it's costing somebody else who would have been paid. And I
yeah.
think it's great for the actors that they're being treated well and respected properly. No one else, as far as I can tell, is being as lucky as they are in this particular case, or in future situations if this starts setting a bit of an early benchmark.
Yeah, so this is the scenario. Like in this scenario, one group of creators are happy. Actors and stuff like that are getting. They have their likeness, and they're using their voices, within the movie, which would. But then there's a whole host of other things that then have problematic kind of elements to it. Um, like you were saying, set like it's the sets, the like acting, like I mean the kind of body acting and stuff like that. All of this stuff is all done through AI. That would generally done by set designers, background designers, which is
Location scouts.
if even if with it, well, we would have to say that this is a generated movie, so this is more a 3D generated movies. You've got animators and stuff like
Mm.
that, kind of things, which is all unionized and everything that weren't involved in this movie because it was all AI generated. But you also then have to look at the wider thing, the wider elements of this impact. Where did the AI get all this stuff that it is currently using to generate all this? Because
Well,
that is the
yeah,
biggest ticking point of AI.
that's the age old, and I hate to say it about such a new technology or something that's in its infancy. From the very, very start, it's been hang on for these, uh, you know, for AI to be able to do what it's doing. What did it learn from? What was it fed? What corpus of material has it been inspired by? Now, there are people who will give me the ethics argument of, well, humans are inspired by other humans and we don't call everything plagiarism. I don't think that argument holds any fucking water, I'll be honest with you, Paul. I think this is a different ball game. I think this is a completely different level of ball game. So you're right. Whose talent, effort, time, and artistic brilliance is this all being built on the back of? I think that is a huge, huge question. Do you think though, if we can, do you think there's a future where that question has to be answered, or just has to be admitted that we've lost? Like I don't know what's going to happen there, but I think the questions start there but can't stop there, if you know what I mean.
No, I think like so it's the biggest opening hurdle towards this AI to AI generated stuff
Yeah.
is the fact is that in a lot of these cases, the a lot of the cases the data model that it is basing a lot of the renditions and stuff like that has been stolen. Which goes so that's the
Used
problem.
without permission, I guess is the right way to put it.
Yeah.
I know I'm just legally, I think we should say used without permission.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. I get
Yeah.
your point. And I think, but and I think that it wouldn't have been as bad if the problem was that when it was generating essentially elements of things that people were wanting, was that you couldn't actually specifically pick out certain elements of other artists and stuff like that. The
Yeah.
problem was that when it started, you could see signatures, like
Yeah. Yeah.
on that kind of elements of stuff. If we didn't have that much, I don't think we would have much of a. I think that we still have a big problem here. I think just AI modelers came out with a bad way of doing it. I think they could have gone, we're calling artists to help us out to feed these things,
Yeah.
rather than what they did. Um, but within context of this movie, it's just like it's the wider impact and then the impact within the extra industry. So as we said, set designers, modelers, animators, and stuff like that were not involved in this. It was all AI driven. So like as much as we can go like, yeah, it's very happy that the actor that SAG-AFTRA like actor unions are involved and they're happy and stuff like that. But what about the rest?
Yeah. And
Where
like I mentioned location scouts even there, Paul, because it goes beyond this particular example. So if this is the door opening, it's what do we agree to next? So the next one will not be, let's say, as would not have been as animated or 3D animated, etc., etc. You've then got, well, all the way down to craft services. We're looking at carpenters not building sets, not just set designers not designing them, but all of the people that make it happen, all of the riggers and grips and focus pullers for cameras, every single person that goes into making how something is made, not just the visionaries, not just the top line heads of department, all the way down to the people just making the sandwiches, because you don't just need to feed actors, which craft services existed, I'm sure, or Domino's Pizza order, I don't know, but something was ordered to feed these real life actors. It's not the same as having to feed a real life entire production. It sounds really silly to go down to that level, but that's what we're talking about when we talk about the rest. Because the rest is a very, very deep roster when you consider how many connections there are. So, yes, I love that filmmakers can meet their vision for less money. I do not in any way hold that against somebody. And, the barrier for entry lowering always feels like a good thing. But I think we need to be more cognizant of, well, on the back of what is this barrier for entry getting lower? Where is the money that would have gone? Why is it cheaper? Is it cheaper for a good reason, or is it cheaper because we've just cut out a whole load of other artists, tradespeople, and people making entire livings out of how we've done this so far? I'm not trying to be a luddite, Paul, but I am trying to stop this whole train of, oh well, like, oh, you're going to be worried about the supplier of the supplier of the supplier who makes the cheese that goes into the sandwich that craft services serve, blah blah blah. Well, I'm willing to be reasonable too, but I'd like everybody else to meet me halfway and start
Yeah.
recognizing that it's more than just the, actors union that we need to deal with to be like, okay, AI filmmakers, go create now. I'm a creative. Do you think I want to spend more money? No, I don't. Do you think I want to pay money for the movies that I watch or download from YouTube or buy online? No, but the reason I do it is because I know a whole lot of people who do not pay for them. And if I don't, no one is. And then we don't have them anymore. And that's the thing people forget. Once you do enough of this, you do not get to have your stuff at all anymore. Things will go away.
Mm. Yeah, no, like yeah, like that's yeah, like that's the problem, is that if you can essentially because actors are a moneymaker on their own, kind of thing, and then having this other aspect of not having to hire anyone else to create a movie like is kind of like it's a business, like it's somewhere hierarchy businessman's kind of studio businessman's like dream of essentially not having to pay for anything else except for actors who already make money, and which is and I mean make money specifically for the studio, and then the movie itself, which
Yeah.
also makes it, like yeah, it's this is once again, we knew we were going to get to this position, we were going to get to this place where this kind of thing was going to
We're getting
happen.
there fast.
Yeah, is the problem and stuff like that. And yeah, I know where I firmly stand. So, but so like I'm not gonna watch the movie. Look, great for the guy who made us and stuff like that, and I'm happy for the actors and stuff like that. Great, cool. But I'm just, from my stand, I'm just gonna be okay with not watching it, even though there's a lot of visuals in it that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it could be cool. And honestly, I don't think me watching or not watching it's gonna make the difference. I'm worried that there aren't enough people having the wider conversation of it's not this movie. It's what this movie is going to represent. And when I say things are gone forever, there's going to be talents and skills that will be gone forever because you can't expect people, okay, yeah, you're an amazing artist or you're somebody who's brilliant at casting in a specific way or like location scouting. I think it's a good example. It's a talent that people don't understand because not everybody has it. And once all the people that can do that have had to go and do something else, there won't be any of them left. It's the age old thing, Oh, there's no good cobblers left in the world, Paul. There's nobody who can fix a shoe in the right way. That's
Yeah,
because we've become a disposable culture. People aren't repairing shoes anymore. In a couple of generations, cobbler is going to be only in reference to a dessert. It will not be in reference to somebody who actually works on shoes. We could accelerate that very quickly with AI and the entertainment industry and beyond. But in our little sphere, Paul, just the
yeah,
AI industry for today. Because if you want my full rant, CEOs would love every company to have one employee, them. That would be the
yeah.
dream. So if you don't see that, trust me, they're looking at you, and you look like Wile E. Coyote looking at the Roadrunner. They're not seeing a bird; they're seeing dinner. Yum yum yum.
Yeah, like that's the thing, because like yeah, if you remove the economic value of anyone, which was and replace it with essentially something that can, like, that doesn't need it, kind of thing, then it just, yeah, there's just no point in going into that, kind of thing, if there's no economic value in it. Like the reason that we have craft services and location and talent and all that kind of thing, so a part around the industry, is because there's a value to it.
Yeah,
Once you remove that, because you can just put in a prompt and have us churn up something, that value goes. That skill set then becomes redundant, and you lose it. So like, yeah,
yeah.
it's
Anyway,
scary times.
let us know in the comments down below. I'd just like to say I do like AI. Like I've liked a lot of things in the history of time. I think guns are an amazing mechanical thing, Paul, but I have a whole set of feelings about guns beyond their mechanics. And I'm starting to feel the same way about AI. That people are not realizing the danger of what they're holding in their hands sometimes. So let's hope for a bright future, Paul. But I'm pretty sure this isn't the last time we're going to be talking about it. Let us know in the comments down below if you think I'm just being reactionary Luddite. You can pick on Paul too. We're both open for this. Um, yeah, but do give us a like and a share and a subscribe because obviously the algorithm needs to know, and then the algorithm's big brother AI needs to know. See, Paul, it's already around us. Yeah, whatever you do, be honest. We can take it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. I have been Patrick,
I've been Paul.
and we've been here side. We'll see you on the other side. I love you, my robot overlords.
See you later.